How's it going, everyone? The Packers are bringing in another edge rusher for a top 30 visit. And this one is Mykel Williams, the edge rusher out of Georgia. And Brian Gutekunst does love Georgia players. So Mykel Williams comes in as the fourth best edge rusher in this year's draft and comes in at 14th ranked overall. Comes in at 6'5", 265 pounds. He did not run or participate at the NFL Combine due to the fact he wanted to take a few weeks after the NCAA season to rest his ankle. He did play through all of the entire regular season and the postseason for the Georgia Bulldogs with an injured ankle that he sustained in the season opener, so he wasn't at full capacity. He says he probably played for the entire season at about 60 or 70%. So after the season, decided to rest, did not participate in the combine, but did participate in the pro day. At the pro day, he did have an unofficial top time of 4.73 seconds for his 40-yard time. So not extremely the fastest, not the slowest. And unfortunately, it does put him as like the bottom 5 out of all the edge rushers that ran a 40-yard time. Ties him with Kyle Kennard out of South Carolina, but speed is not everything for an edge rusher, but it's definitely very, very appreciated. For his time in college, he spent 3 years at the collegiate level, all at Georgia. In his first year, played in 15 games, had 28 total tackles, 7 tackles for loss, and 4.5 sacks. In his second year, he played in 13 games, had 18 total tackles, 7 tackles for loss, and 4.5 sacks again. And in his final season on a bum ankle for the entirety of the season, had 21 total tackles, 9 tackles for loss, and 5 sacks. Over on the PFF side for his grades, played in 407 total snaps in his first year, so pretty consistent around the 400 total snaps played for each year, really. First year had a 71.5 defensive grade, a 75.8 run defensive grade, and a 66.3 pass rush grade. Second year, 78.7 defensive grade, an 80.3 run defensive grade, and a 73.3 pass rush grade. Then in his final year, still played 402 snaps, and this is also with him missing, I believe, week 2, 3, and 4 for the Georgia, so he missed a couple of games. He had a 78.4 defensive grade, 82.9 run defensive grade, and a 70.7 pass rush grade. And with all that, he also only missed 3 tackles in each season total. So doesn't really miss a lot of tackles, which is very good to see. Now, for some of the pros for him out of Bleacher Report, good size and frame and appears to have long arms. Against the run, he's strong and physical at the point of attack to gain control of the block and get extension. Impressive upper body strength and is violent when shedding blocks to escape against offensive linemen. Impressive movement skills and athleticism to grow as a pass rusher at the next level if his use of hands improve. Has flashed a solid long arm move and has the motor to collapse the pocket. Good agility to be an effective looper on line games. Now, as for some of the cons for him, get off is subpar. He's a little late to react to the snap and not explosive off the line, especially for how athletic he is overall. Often ends up chest to chest or allows offensive linemen to get into his body when rushing the passer due to late and inaccurate hands. Also struggles to work the hands after contact. Doesn't have a true go-to move that he can win with consistently at the next level. Pass rush lane integrity and gap discipline against the run are poor. He likes to gamble and duck inside, either losing contain on the quarterback or creating rushing lanes, and is late to recognize and doesn't get all the way under pullers as the spill player in run fits. So overall, it kind of seems like he's pretty good against the run. Has a little bit left to be desired in the pass rush game. Apparently does need to work on his fundamentals, but it's something that can be taught. He's definitely pretty athletic, has a very good build, and can attack in a violent nature. So he has some of the intangibles and just needs to get the foundation and the fundamentals down and get coached better in the pass rush game. And also, Bleacher Report did add this little tidbit up for him. Against the run, Williams has very few flaws. He's strong and physical when taking on blocks and has the upper body strength to get extension against offensive linemen. That, combined with violence when shedding, allows him to disengage and make tackles in his gap. His biggest flaws are gap discipline and recognizing pullers quickly, but those issues are easily fixable. So once again, seems to be just he needs to get coached up more, which he could turn into a good, productive, high-graded player. And so it sounds like he's just got to work on those fundamental things, which can be coached up. And everyone's going to need to get coached up. They're not going to come in as pure perfect players. You'd like them to be, but obviously they're not. They're still in college. They got some coaching to do. So that's his little con, is pretty much in the pass rush and trying to get better with the fundamentals. Now, according to the consensus draft board, he is projected to go down or drop to the 29th pick overall to the Washington Commanders as of today. I believe a little bit earlier when I was doing like Shamar Stewart's video, he was actually projected, Mykel Williams was projected to go to the Packers at that time. So the consensus draft board has apparently switched up a little bit of where the Packers are going to go. I'm not sure where they've moved our potential pick as of right now, but either way, it looks like despite Mykel Williams being the 4th best edge rusher and the 14th overall best prospect in this draft, he is potentially going to fall into that middle to late first round draft pick. So he could and has a very decent chance of being available for the Packers to pick if they decide to go down this route. It looks like Brian Gutekunst is definitely going to go towards an edge rusher, which is a position of need, especially with the lack of pass rushing we had last season. It definitely looks like this is going to be a route he's going to go. Is he going to go with Mykel Williams or one of the other two in Shamar Stewart or James Pierce Jr.? Or is he kind of going to go sideways and choose a player that they didn't really bring in? Because he has done that before. He's brought in a plethora of top tier players at a position to kind of just like, yeah, I'm going to go here, but he's really going here because he's trying to, I guess, throw off other teams so they don't entirely know who they're going for, which makes sense, but he has done that in the past. So it's something to kind of keep in mind. Like Mykel Williams seems like a very good prospect to pick for us, but we'll see come during the draft time. And of course, who else they bring in. But let me know what you think down in the comments. If you haven't seen the other videos of the other players that we're bringing in for top 30 visits, go check them out. Same type of format as this video, just of course the other players we're bringing in. If you liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and as always, go Pack Go.